Warning, the following is a long list of warnings. If warnings offend you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains adult themes. If you are not an adult, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains a lot of offensive language and may contain graphic content. If you're a Karen, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may contain shabby impersonations of celebrities. If you are a celebrity, represent one, or think this is unfair, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains what could be seen as controversial and subversive ideas and opinions. If you can't handle differing opinions, do not watch this show. Warning, this show actively shows the consumption of tobacco, cannabis and alcohol. If this offends you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may discuss topics including, but not limited to, those in the realm of politics and conspiracy theories in a politically incorrect format. If these topics offend you or make you uneasy, please do not watch this show. Warning, the producers of this show will do almost anything for a laugh. If comedy or extreme comedic premises offend you, please do not watch this show. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the producers, affiliates, ISPs, streaming platforms, advertisers, partners or alike.
Coming to you from an undisclosed location inside the beautiful land of the Blackfoot Confederacy and Treaty 7 territory, Big Nate Productions presents Getting Laid with Nate.
What up? How's it going, eh? How you doing? Let me get my shit together here. Cheers, everybody. Happy Friday night. There's Che. Hey, Che. How's it going, eh? There's Corpsey. Right on. Fucking A. Yeah, so I'm going to get right into her here. These guys hit me up during the pandemic here to mix and master some of their stuff. They're from the Siksika region, about an hour east, Siksika Nation, I should say, an hour east of Calgary. And yeah, we had a sit down. Their music's killer. We play one of the tunes. And yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Hi, everybody. I am here today with Inheritance. How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Good. Can everybody state their name and what they do in the band, please?
Okay, we'll go first. I'm Courtney Bearchief. I play guitar in the band.
Craig Bearchief, guitar. Joshua Manyheads on the vocals.
And Tim Lowhorn, bass.
Cool. Right on. Hell yeah. So you guys are a new band. Where'd you come from? How'd this get together? What's happening here?
Well, I think it more or less started with me and my dad here. Started off as an idea and just kind of bloomed into this. We got Tim on board. We were able to get everything just fell together, really. Like, it was just, I don't know, the universe wanted us to screw around, so we started screwing around. And now we're here.
Hell yeah. Do you guys do you guys all live out at Siksika?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, including Tim?
Yes.
Yeah, but Josh is an East Sider. We don't consider him Blackfoot.
Oh, why? He's from the other side of the tracks?
Yeah.
I'm actually from the next road over from their house.
You guys just dropped a single. Can you explain that to people, please?
Yeah, no, so single actually, well, when Q kind of came to me saying, you know, when they wanted to start the music, I just kind of went back into my old archive of like lyrics I had from the past, and for Tribulation Nation and specifically, it was actually a song I wrote about like 5 years ago, and during that time, I think from what I remember, I think there was like kind of like protests going on at the moment, like Idle No More, like, you know, a lot of like kind of like injustices. So, you know, there was a lot of this stuff I kept seeing all over the news, you know, about our people being treated with injustice. So, you know, I was with kind of like with all that feeling, you know, it was kind of like a feeling I had at the past, like kind of like, you know, angry, like it was like something that I just felt like I wanted to write about, just kind of write about, you know, kind of all the, you know, kind of the shit we deal with every day, you know, kind of being Indigenous too, but also not just that too, but, you know, the empowering of being Indigenous, of, you know, being Blackfoot, of being proud of who you are, and, you know, standing up for your rights. Yeah. And all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like where the song kind of came from for me personally.
Yeah, right on. And like you said, the name of that single is Tribulation Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? Right? I always ask this question, but people end up saying, "Well, it's everywhere." But where is it everywhere? You just like Google Play and all that, or where can they find the single?
No, it's only on our Facebook page for now. Probably not until like next week sometime we'll make it available everywhere, like Google Play, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, MySpace if you still use that.
Fuck, I'm gonna consider it actually. At least you could customize those pages.
Right, those were the days.
You can re-add Tom.
Yeah, re-add Tom. That's right. He's probably sipping a martini somewhere right now for sure. Cool. Thanks a lot, guys, for hitting me up for mastering duties on this. I've really enjoyed the music. It's kick-ass, and I love nothing more than to get the scoop, you know? You guys are a new band, and thanks a lot for working with me. It's really killer.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you for helping us, man. Shit, that's means a lot, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. You guys have always been really supportive, and I'll say this too. You paid me nice, and when you did it was fucking amazing. So thank you very much. You blew my mind with that stuff, and usually everybody's trying to talk guys like me down into the ground, and you guys didn't do that, so much appreciated.
Just Tim did. I was kidding.
Yeah. Just kidding. Tim's the guy who's like, we're paying too much.
Yeah, I'm supposedly the Jimmy Hart of the band, I guess.
Yeah, the Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the east or south.
Oh yeah. The mouth from the south.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, let's check out this track really quick. And then we'll talk more about it after. It's called Tribulation Nation by Inherited Chaos.
Will God save us all? I will not stand here and let my people die. Watch a young generation live a fucking lie. We as a nation must rise from the smoke. Teach this new generation that there will be we must enter this pain that burns deep inside. The haunted edge of conscience and fucking pride. A never-ending darkness lives underneath the skin of a broken man. Searching from within. Without reason, we search for woe.
let's talk about the art here. You were just mentioning, what were you just saying about that, Tim?
Oh, from what I found, it was a picture taken in 1937 at a residential school, North Alberta, here, just north of Edmonton. It says St. Albert, but I believe it's like a place near St. Albert there, not too far from there. It's a residential school. But yeah, 1937, it's a pretty long time ago.
Right. It is, but it isn't too. Fuck. Especially with that shit. Fucking garbage. You were right. That nun is creepy as fuck, Corthan. It's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, and that's like unedited. They just took the picture. They just took the picture of her, and then they're like, "Yeah," and we were like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, you got to be fucked up to have that job. That's for sure, and not leave it. Hell yeah! So let's talk about the production of this a little bit. Who you recorded it all, right, Craig?
Yeah, with the help of Corthan and Tim.
Awesome. You got a little studio out there, or what's it like?
Yeah,
Just right here, actually.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I like the wall treatments. That's for sure. Cool. Well, I don't know what else. What else can we? You got more coming down the pipe, don't you?
We do. We actually still in works with you. How do you feel about that second single?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I should have it back to you tonight. I just basically haven't hit go on it, but
Sick.
so
Just so people know we're busy.
yeah. Is that the plan then, to just keep dropping singles?
Most likely for now. I mean, like, we can't really do anything, right? I mean, it's COVID. Everything's fucking shut down.
All right, cool. Well, everybody go check out Inherited Chaos on Facebook and check out their new single and share it and like it and get it all around there. Anybody got anything else to say?
Every Friday, watch Getting Late with Nate.
Thanks, buddy.
Always.
All right.
Not only that, shirts. We do have shirts coming in. Tim could talk about that.
We have shirts coming in.
Tim, do you have a triple X for your old pal Nate? Did you guys get those?
You might have a 4X for me.
Okay. Next time.
But if I got COVID, I'll probably go down to 1X.
Next time, order a 3 or 4 for your old buddy Nate. I'm kind of fluctuating between 3 and 4 right now.
Just in a limbo state, eh?
Yeah.
Just off the project, Josh here is doing some video editing stuff for your group there.
Yeah. Right now we're just this is like for the Napi Collective, actually. Kind of just doing some projects right now. I think like one of our group just finished like doing a vampire flick. I think it was.
Oh,
we just did over the weekend, so that was actually pretty fun to do.
So what is this you're talking about here? A collective?
Yeah. So when I'm not kind of like doing the music side, I'm actually on the film side as well. So I'm part of this group called the Napi Collective. Definitely like give them a like, give them a follow, like for anybody. We're just like a film group based out of Sixiga, and we're just a group of like, film, bunch of film students, filmmakers that just kind of came together, and we just decided to start this group. And from then on, I think we've made about like 5 films so far. So we're like really into like the short film kind of movies right now. And just last week, I think it was like May 1st or April 30th, we just finished doing our next shoot based on a friend of mine's script, which I think was based on like vampires and like a post-apocalyptic kind of like movie. So it's definitely been pretty fun doing that stuff.
Hell yeah, that's rad. That's something nice to be able to do during all this shit.
Yeah, definitely.
And I forgot to mention, who did the like video that goes along with the single?
Kristen. It was Kristen Daniels. She's actually my daughter, and she's went to site for
Graphic
for
design.
graphic
Yeah.
designs, and so we weren't really sure what we wanted to do. So we just brought up the idea. Happened to come across some video on YouTube, and it kind of looked cool. And we just asked her, said, "Hey, do you think you could do something like this?" And I think it only took like maybe 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
She was fast, yeah.
Yeah,
She was
really
pretty fast.
fast, got it done, and it was already in the Dropbox within that time.
That's awesome. Kick ass. Right on. So you got lots of family going on here, Craig.
It's kind of funny because. Oh no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying you made a bunch of kids to put art out with.
He's like the father of the Jackson 5. Right now.
Oh, whoa.
Originally, he was trying to make a baseball team. Then he realized he doesn't play baseball, so.
Used to actually play in a group with Tim. We had an old band called Scar Torn. Off topic, if you don't mind.
No, all good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we had a group, I think it was in 2003, something like that, 4. We started a group called Scar Torn, and we were European melodic death metal. And so that was about the time when, you know, a lot of stuff like In Flames, Dark Tranquility, and all that stuff that's been there, but just kind of started resurfacing again in that. And it was a pretty cool time. The only thing that sucked about it is half the time me and Tim at that time were really into our addictions, and yeah, that didn't kind of go well. We put out some music, but I think it's like what, 8-bit, 10, 16-bit, something like that. It's really stuff. But anyways, it's kind of cool because after that, that's when all these other bands started popping up. Like, you know, Emmett, Court, Josh, the late Cash, the late Kai.
Sure.
All these guys just started growing off that. And
Cool.
it was just really cool to see the metal scene actually really started growing in Sixiga. And, you know, a lot of these guys are a big part of it in that. And got to give props to Carlin for that as well. But it just really took off. And it's really something cool to see out here. Because on a lot of reserve, it's always like country, you know, or rap.
Gotcha.
But see from Sixiga that, you know, that metal is pretty alive and well and growing here. And I guess it would be, what, in Lethbridge too? Somewhere around there, yeah. It's just cool to just see a bunch of these native metal bands just kind of take, you know, growth and become, I don't know, they're just getting out there, and it's just, you know, it's a good time to be alive, although it's COVID. But yeah.
I don't think 10 years ago we would have like pictured, well, not even 10 years ago, like maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago even.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we thought like this would be a possibility. I mean, like being so well accepted into the family in Calgary, you know, by
Sure.
People like yourself, people also in beer cores like Nancy, Mark,
Sure.
Graham, all of these like people in the scene. And then like maybe like those years we like didn't think it was possible, but now there's like this whole connection, and like we've never felt more accepted by, I guess, Calgary in general.
Very
You know,
cool.
so it was very refreshing and very awesome to like integrate into this group that we thought was never possible as early, like as 15 years ago, as I said.
Sure.
So frick, it's great. I love it.
Well, and
So go ahead.
you guys have always invited Kayaktis out, and so shout out to Carlin or anybody who was involved with that again. And like I said earlier in a post, that I always feel super welcome when I'm out there, so that's much appreciated. Do you guys do you think that you have more metal in Sixiga than most reserves?
It's kind of a hard one to say.
We're one of the biggest reserves, so by population.
Oh, okay. I was
But,
not aware of that.
Yeah, but I think in Alberta here, the largest nation would be Ghana down south. They're standoff, and then us. But yeah, it's.
That's
But
right.
yeah, there's.
Gana's right by the border, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Wow. Yeah. There's a few bands that have come out of there, though, right? Like, because isn't that where Myron's from? Myron Fox.
Yes, it is actually. Hey, he's
guys?
he's from down there.
Sacred Savage. I remember I booked at Metal Fest a couple times. They were kick ass.
Did you ever see their music video they had?
No.
Oh yeah, they have a music video. Check it out sometime.
Okay. I will.
It's good shit.
Very cool.
Shirts are coming in. Make sure we're not doing pre-orders. We're just doing a batch of them. We'll make sure to get you one, Nate. Freaking 4X, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4. If it's a 4, I'll wear it like all the time, pretty much. But if 3 I can do, 2 I can't. 2 I look like that scene in Tommy Boy where he's like fat guy in a little coat. So I don't wear them.
Yeah, and shirts are coming out. We're definitely busy, and we're hoping to get this second single out as early as like next month. So
Yeah.
Really, we just want to get our name out there as much as possible, you know. So like our page, share our stuff. There is no shame in self-promotion, because fuck that bullshit. And yeah, man, freaking share the shit out of us. It helps us like so much, man.
Hell yeah. Fucking A. Peace, guys. Have a good one.
Peace, Nate. Thanks for having us.
Man.
Whoa. Almost had a feedback loop. Hey, that was a good ass time, eh? Those guys are fucking great dudes. Fuck, I miss going out there. My pal Jimmy and I, we did all the production for the last few years for Run as One, which is the festival held in conjunction with the Powwow, free music festival they threw every year. And yeah, I just miss being out there. I miss all those guys. I miss all y'all, you know? You know what I'm saying? So thanks for watching. We're not doing bad. I like it. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Did you go from turning up amps to turning down thermostats? Did you go from lead singer to Jerry Springer? Have you gone from shredding strings to dreading things? Let everyone know that you're not a poser by purchasing a Dadcore t-shirt made by people who are definitely not posers.
Ted doesn't sponsor shit, actually, but yeah. Okay, next. This is the first interview where somebody reached out to me. I heard through his publicist. I never asked him who his publicist was. I wonder if it was our friend John Asher. But yeah, check it out. James Delbridge of Lycanthro. Hey everybody, I'm here today with James Delbridge of Lycanthro. How's it going, man?
It's going great, man. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Your band Lycanthro, you approached me. I was just kind of telling you, so you gotta give the sales pitch here. You guys have an album coming out, right?
Yeah, we have our new album. It's called Mark of the Wolf. It's coming out on June 4th on Alone Records, based out of Greece.
Greece. Tell me about that. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was a really hilarious thing because a lot of we weren't expecting to have a record deal, at least like for they heard our stuff and they liked it enough to offer us a deal, and it was a really good deal for what we were going for. Like for the band our size, there was no money exchange or anything like that, so we naturally went with them for this album.
Nice. You guys are from the Ottawa area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. So, give us the dirty deets on the band. When did you all get together? You seem like a young guy. How old are you?
22.
22. Nice. So you can't have the band. You guys haven't been together for 10 years then. There's no way.
No, well, Lycanthro has been a band for almost 4 years, I think. But I've been in bands since I was like 15. So I have a bit of experience personally, despite how young I am. So
Nice. The same goes for me. I I joined my first like full band when I was 15. That's awesome, man.
sweet, man. And dude, you don't look a day over 20. So.
Oh, come on. Yeah, no, thank you very much. That's very nice. Especially with these glasses on. Cool. So Mark of the Wolf. What's going on here? Is this some cosplay, or is this like some kind of werewolf obsession? What's happening here?
Yeah, well, the thing with that is that my old band, we were called Death Wish, and when the band that would become Lycanthro got together, we were still called that for a few months. But the thing with Lycanthro is that it's mainly just because I have a big affinity for wolves and for werewolves, and I saw a lot of bands, like Flesh God Apocalypse and Seven Spires and Nightwish kind of doing the whole vampire, like well-dressed kind of vampire
Interesting,
metal thing. So I thought, why not do something similar but on the opposite end of it and do the werewolf thing? And yeah.
Nice. I like your shirt. You a big Unleash the Archers fan?
Yeah, we opened for them actually here in Ottawa when they came here last. It was them, Stryker, and us.
That reminds me, I wanted to say when you were talking about Greece, they really dig music out there and heavy music. Like one of the last shows I saw, well, maybe I can't remember time anymore, but like when it was. But they were from Greece. They played at a little bar here in town. They were called Maple Run. They were kick-ass.
Maple Run. Well, I've never heard of them before. But that sounds sweet. Yeah. Well, the thing I find, the reason why we have a bit more of a pull in Greece, I guess, is because our drummer is Greek. Actually, he's from Athens, and he was a drummer in some Greek bands back in the day, and yeah, no, and so it seems like we have some followers over there, which I was super surprised about, so.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool that somebody, that's how they heard of you, I guess. Must have been a connection.
Believe it or not, no.
Oh, really?
Our label, we got our label deal before our drummer joined the band, actually.
Why don't we listen to a tune? Tell everybody about this tune.
Oh yeah, so this is our lead single, Crucible, and yeah, this is probably the oldest Lycanthro song. Actually, it was technically the first one ever written for the band, and yeah, it's definitely sort of like a Judas Priest meets Death sort of vibe, and still being melodic but still being very heavy, and we're very proud of this song, and the reception's been great so far. So yeah.
All right, that was Crucible by Lycanthro off the album Mark of the Wolf. Man, there's some Halford channeling going on there. Is that you singing?
Yeah, I'm the singer. Yeah.
What do you do in the band? You sing and play guitar, or just sing? Or?
Yeah. I do the Dave Mustaine thing. I guess I sing, play guitar, and I write most of it too. So.
Okay, right on, nice. Where did you?
And thank you, by the way, too. I really appreciate that. I try to have some Halford influence there for sure. He's my favorite vocalist after all. So.
Fair enough. Is that all you singing, or is there backups going on with other people in the band, or?
I do all the backups too. Like I try and do the Blind Guardian thing where I do like all the vocal layering and stuff like that. So.
Gotcha. Do you want to give a shout out to the rest of the band members? I feel I get flack because I'll do interviews like this and then the bass player is never brought up, and he sends me anthrax in the mail or something.
Well, I mean, yeah. Obviously, our drummer. Not to get too somber during this, but our drummer Panos is actually currently stuck in Greece because of COVID regulations. So we still talk with him. We still are able to be productive. So we'll see you soon, bud. And obviously, Forrest and Stu, our new guitarist and bassist, both phenomenal, both incredible guys. Even though they're not actually on this album. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. Our new guitar player did some solos for the album. But yeah, we just got them in the band early last year, and they've been, I think, even though not the whole band hasn't actually met each other in person yet, again, since our drummer is like stuck in another country, we always like talk with each other over Skype and all that, and I think that this is like the most tight we've ever been, like, as people. Like, there's no ego, no nothing, you know?
So you just said that nobody, you guys haven't all met.
Well, me and my guitarist, I've met all of them. Like, our guitarist, bassist, and myself, we're all still in Ottawa.
Gotcha.
And we've all jammed before at our studio before. We've been playing to tracks for the past year. But our drummer, as I said, the thing with him is that he was in Greece around the beginning of the pandemic, and because of all the COVID bullshit, he just hasn't been able to come back because,
So since the beginning, he's been stuck there.
Yeah, around that. It's been like, yeah, it's been tough, like not having our drummer here, and it's also just it's mainly just because they've been like, especially not in Canada, but like in the European Union, they've been very, very strict about who they let in and out of the country, way more than in North America.
Right. Interesting. Where did you record this? Who recorded this? Well, the production's awesome on this stuff, man.
We recorded, it was sort of half and half. We did the instrumentals at a studio here called Wolf Lake Studios, and it's a really cool studio because I kid you not, it is literally out in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere, Quebec. It's
awesome.
Like up in the like Quebec mountains.
Rad.
And my old recording professor, because I went to school for audio production, and he opened a studio out there in this log cabin that his friend owns.
Wow.
And we went there. It's almost like a camping trip mixed with recording, and it's super fun. But so we did all the instruments there. Vocals, most of the vocals I actually did on my own here at home, because the original vocal mixes were awful, because I found out that for most of 2019 I couldn't sing properly like how I usually do. And it was because I found out that I had some sort of like vocal cord issue, like throat issue. And so when I heard the original tracks, they sounded terrible. And I thought, and by the time I heard them, my voice had recovered. So I said, okay, I can't put this out. I have to record the vocals again. And I did that from home here during the very beginning of the lockdown. And it turned out really well. But the problem is that recording yourself at home, especially if you're a vocalist, is absolute hell, because there's no one to tell you if a take's good or not. You know what I mean? Like us vocalists are very biased. Like we either think there's like the subset of us where it's like we all think like you'll do like a mediocre take and then you'll be like, oh, you know, that'll do. Or then there's me, which I'm in the latter, which I will do take after take after take and then I'll think, oh, this is all shit, and I wouldn't even and I wouldn't know what to pick. You know what I mean? So it eventually worked out for the best, but it was really difficult to record vocals on your own, you know?
Yeah, at least you get that luxury though of being able to do a million takes, right? Because that's the big trade-off, right? Like it would be like, come on, buddy, like get it together, you know? It's $500 an hour. What the fuck are we doing here? So
yeah, exactly.
So,
and the thing with
at least if you're a perfectionist, you can sit there and shit on yourself alone. You know, it's just with the razor blade and the pills right by your, you know, but
it's true. And I remember there's one song on the album, it's the final track, it's called it's Evangelion. That song actually took me like almost like a long time to record, like maybe like 2 months, because I kept doing it over and over and over and I wasn't happy with it. And it was funny because towards the end I was like, I hate this song. I'm like, I'm never gonna sing this song again. I'm never gonna play this song live again. Blah, 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 blah. But then once I started sending out the album and our publicist started sending out the album to people to listen to and, you know, write articles and do interviews and all that stuff, everyone kept telling me that one was their favorite song. And I'm like, really? That one? So I've kind of found that, you know, I've kind of gained a newfound love for it just because, like, I am proud of how much effort I put into it, even though it was torturous, to say the least.
Nice. Well, that's what you get when you challenge yourself, right? Like that's the great thing
and it's
about.
the most vocally difficult song to sing on the album. Easy,
cool.
You know. So.
Yeah, that's fuck. I love art. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you pulled it off, man. And so, give us the deets about this album. Where can you got to plug yourself now? Where can people get this? When's it drop again?
Yeah, no. So it's dropping online on June 4th, and we have a merch site. It's lycanthrommerch.bigcartel.com, and you can get all of our merch there. We're putting new merch in this week, some new shirts and all that. You can pre-order the album there. The physical copies will be available a little bit later when we get them from our label, and so the pre-orders are for that. If you're more of a digital person, then you can go to our Bandcamp, obviously. And, yeah.
Cool. Oh, I wanted to ask, too, on the production end of it. So who ended up mixing and mastering? Was that done by you guys, or did you farm that out? Or
No, because I don't trust myself with that kind of thing. One thing that people always kept joking around with telling me was like, oh, you went to audio school. Like, you should mix and master your stuff. And I'm like, I'm never going to mix and master my own stuff because I know that there's multiple people out there who will do it a lot better than me. My old, one of my other old recording professors, his name is Jason Jack Nunes. He mixed it. And he's someone that the dude in Ottawa is like a legend because he is like Juno nominated and he's like mixed some very, he's mixed some decently big names. I can't remember any off the top of my head, but yeah, and it's funny because he usually isn't a metal guy. Like he mainly does like R&B and pop music and stuff like that, but he had mixed a few bands that I know who are metal, and he does a good job. He's just an all-around pro, you know. And for mastering, we had our friend Jack Costo. He's from the band Seven Spires.
Oh, okay.
And he he's a very talented mixer and mastering engineer. And we're probably gonna have him. And he's actually offered he's gonna produce us for the next few releases as well. So yeah, so I'm really glad that you dig the production on it because that's something that we've actually struggled with for most of our career so far, because our previous 2 releases, our demo and our EP, that's the main criticism we got was, the songs are good, but the production needs to be better. Because I find that I guess we play a genre of music that demands, stellar production. But but speaking of like the big 4 of thrash, I remember, because the other one that you had was Razor, and we actually opened for them here in Ottawa, and that was a really hilarious show because I got to be Dave Carlo's guitar tech for the show.
Rad.
It was so unexpected. We played, and I was outside waiting outside the venue, and Razor was supposed to go on next. And I remember the promoter coming up to me, like running out the venue frantically, and he was just like, he was like, James, Dave Carlo doesn't have a guitar head. And I'm like, what? He goes, no, he doesn't have he only brought his guitar. And I'm like, oh shit. He's like, can you use yours? And I'm like, yeah. So I remember going up there, putting my head back on stage, and I chatting with him while I'm setting it up. I said, hey man, I'm from one of the bands we played earlier. What a really big fan, blah, 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 blah. And him being a pro, I was kind of like expecting him to like tell me to dial it in a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
Said, what do you want your mids at? What do you want your treble at? Whatever. And then he like looks at me and goes, well, let's try it first. It might be good already. And it's my settings on right now. He just turns it on. Jun, jun, jun. Yeah, it's perfect. Thanks, man. That was it. He played the entire set with my head on his settings, and afterwards I said, hey, well, since you played on it, you're going to need to sign it. And so Dave Carlo signed the top of my guitar head because he played on it for like a 2-hour freaking show. It was long, but it was freaking awesome.
Just wondering if you knew this. Did you know he's legally blind?
Yeah, I found out afterwards.
Right. Isn't that wild? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I find that nuts because I'm like, how can you play on stage? Like, because on stage you have to have such spatial awareness.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So it's amazing the fact that he can even do that,
Well, he probably has more spatial awareness because he's blind. He can like hear in feet.
Yeah, probably. He probably has like superhero level hearing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's like hearing by the meter or something.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, one more time, tell everybody where they can get the stuff, plug it, and let's get out of here.
All right, cool. Yeah, well, our new album, Mark of the Wolf, is going to be out June 4th, and you can pre-order it at lycanthromerch.bigcartel.com for the physical stuff and for our merch. And if you prefer digital, you can get it off of our Bandcamp page. And, yeah.
Cool. And shoot me all those links. We'll throw them in the description there. And
yeah, I'll do all that for sure.
Life is good. Well, thanks for taking the time out, James. A pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, man. This was fun.
Peace, dude.
Thanks, man.
Oh, shit. That was fun. There's another generation coming. It's good. I want to thank, right away, Quarthan, Craig, Tim, and Josh from Inherited Chaos. And thanks to James there from Lycanthro for doing the show. And I wanted to say thanks to all of you for watching. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I'm this far away from 2,000 views on the show last week. So I don't know if that's good, bad, ugly, or just somewhere in between, but it definitely blew some records out of the water for this show. So if you go watch the the episode if you haven't. Especially if you're into flat Earth, but just go watch it. It's fun. It's a good time. Get in the comments. The comments are hilarious. Oh, the elitist is Eli from the Sandy and Eli show. Now I get it. Fuck, right on. Well, thanks for the raid and all that. Speaking of raids, I'm going to play one more Dadcore commercial. I'm going to play the credits whilst we raid Dickens. So, Eli puts the Eli and elitist 100%. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Peace.
Did you go from scene kid to senile? Did you go from party all the time to kids in bed at 9? Tired of all your uncles stealing your punk points? Dadcore Industries, in partnership with Mount Olympus, now bring you sick Dadcore t-shirts that definitely have the most punk points.